What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Let's go, baby.
Hi,
back
everyone.
with another week
How you
of
doing,
Make
everybody?
the Right Play, episode 3. We're back. We got the coach here to my left. Your Bowie behind the camera, as always. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Shout out your Bowie Media. And we're back for another week. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing all right. We're hanging in. Another week has passed. Another week of absolute craziness, I feel like.
Oh my gosh. It's just like the news cycle is just going so quick.
Yeah, it's so tough to figure out, like, when we do this show prep and we kind of go through everything, it's so tough to figure out what I really want to talk about because I feel like the news moves so fast and it's so hard to figure out, like, oh, what should we touch base on? What shouldn't we touch base on? What's, like, too old now? It's tough to figure everything out.
Well, I just try to just trust my spirit and see where it leads me.
Oh, you trust the spirit, your spiritual journey?
I use the Force, honey.
I use the Force. The Force, Jedi Master Coach? Your Jedi Master Coach? Well, I know. They're looking for you on the Jedi Council over at the church. They're dying for you to get on the Jedi Council. That's what I call it, the Jedi Council. Well, but they're looking for you. So, I mean, tons to get to. I mean, kind of just catching up. I mean, we have to talk. We have to just briefly touch on. I know it's a depressing topic. What? That disaster at Florida State over the weekend.
I know.
It's a sad topic. It's a sad topic. We went to that watch party. We were all fired up. Shout out Seville Quarter. Great atmosphere to watch a game. I have to say it was really awesome. The people were super happy. The food was pretty tasty. The drinks were good, but just a depressing outcome. I don't know what the hell happened out there. Well, I know what happened, but it's... Well, why
don't you tell everybody what you think happened?
Well,
I know
listen,
you don't like
I
the
don't want to be pessimistic. I'm trying not to be a pessimistic guy. You know, I'm positive. I'm trying to be positive about it.
You know what Dad thinks? Dad thinks that they went and got shit-faced the night before.
And they did. Yeah, he did say that.
And he's like, they did not show up to that game.
They
were
partied
like Georgia
hard.
Tech. They looked past them.
Right.
They were partying in Ireland. They were doing Irish jigs, and that's why they sucked.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're going to come out strong against Boston College.
BC on Monday.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
It's tough. How could you start with this crap? Scott goes, listen, we have to touch on the pressing matters. And the pressing matters is, you're the number 10 seed and then you choke it out on the road. It's a tough start, but you got to address it. You got to address it, Scott. It's a tough look. And I don't want to get pessimistic, but I got to touch on the fact that I think DJ Ungangalele is ass. Mm-hmm. You could check, Coach's TikTok. I wanted a whole spiel. I followed him since his high school career. I watched him at Clemson. He got chased out of Clemson because he sucked there. The fans were like, get out of the ACC. You don't belong here. You got to go to a crappy conference like the Pac-12. Sorry, Pac-12 lovers. You guys are the bottom of the barrel. That's why your conference doesn't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. He went to Oregon State. He wasn't very good at Oregon State either. That's just the truth. He wasn't very good at Oregon State either. Florida State decided, we're going to pick him up. We're going to hope that he could figure it out. And, judging off of week 1, not so great, but we'll see.
Well, let's hope that they have a better season going forward.
We'll see what happens.
They were partying in Ireland.
Exactly.
Let's give them a chance.
Partying it out, and with the 12-team playoff, they're not out.
Right.
They're not out with the 12-team playoff. Alrico goes, we're watching an undercover Roll Tide fan. No. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Go Gators. Get out of here with that, Alrico. We don't.
No.
Coach roots for FSU here, and I root for FSU. So we're FSU guys here. Come on. But yeah, so listen, we're gonna bounce back on Monday.
Yes.
We'll get excited for that. We got a ton of college football is gonna be all weekend. Michigan opens up on Saturday night. I can't wait, banner night. So shout out Michigan, go blue. But another news, I mean, there's so much to get to. I know we want to get to the nitty gritty stuff. I know you're dying.
No, I'm not dying. I'm just chilling. I just have to say, I know Kamala's theme song.
Oh, you figured it out. You came to a realization.
What her theme song is.
What's her theme song?
I don't know if everybody knows Hamilton, but Aaron Burr.
The musical Hamilton.
Yes, absolutely.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes.
All right. So the legend. Yeah, legendary.
So I swear I figured it out. Her theme song is "Talk Less, Smile More. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for."
Oh, when Aaron Burr is singing to...
Yes, that is totally Kamala Harris's theme song.
Okay.
She is Aaron Burr. She talks out of both sides of her mouth, and tonight we're going to expose Kamala Harris.
But Aaron Burr I felt like a little smarter than Kamala is.
No, Kamala's a genius. She's the vice president of the United States. She's not a stupid woman. She is not a stupid woman. She made her all the way to vice president.
All the way to the top. By her smarts.
And she even got the nomination without getting a vote.
Without getting a vote.
Without
Not one.
getting a vote.
Not
So
one.
I'm sorry. I do not look past anyone who can make it to getting the DNC nomination without even getting a vote.
All right. So Aaron
But
Burr.
talk less, smile more.
That is
Think
her
about
motto. I mean,
that.
she never
Think about that.
talks
She
to the
is
media.
Aaron Burr,
She,
okay?
yeah, so that
all
is
you
kind of a
Hamilton
thing.
fans, just let that ruminate for a minute.
The
or two.
Hamilton fans, great musical.
The best musical.
One of the
I
all-time
love-
best.
I saw that musical. I started crying. I literally was crying watching that musical. I loved it so much.
Yeah, I
know?
mean, it's fantastic from start to
And
finish.
it takes place on the Lower East Side.
Yeah,
And you
New
know
York.
what they say
What's they say?
in the musical? Boo boo. They say it in the musical.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes,
That's
they
not
do.
true.
When they're in the pub
No, they
hanging
don't.
out,
They
when-
don't say
who are you?
that.
Who are you?
They
Who are
don't
you?
say that.
Yes, they
That's
do
not
in the
true.
musical when they go, "Who are you?
No.
Who are you?"
No,
Yes, they do.
that's still
not giving up.
still a
Nah,
fake language. I'm not counting that. That's
It's
still
not,
so
it's
fake.
not. Come on,
That's
Lower East
so
Side people.
fake.
I'm gonna have
No
to figure
way.
out how to get this on.
No way.
Like the Lower East Side page.
We may have to put it on
Yes,
the Lower
we
East
need to
Side
put this
page
on the
because
Lower East Side
I need
page, 'cause I'm
I need
telling you,
confirmation.
when
I
you
think
listen to
that's
the
I
soundtrack,
still
you
think
hear
that's full of
boo,
shit.
boo. That's
No
been
way.
going on since the beginning
That's
of the
so
country.
BS.
Since before
That's
we
so
were the United
BS.
States.
No
it's
way.
true. It's true.
No way. I'm holding my
I'm
ground. I
telling
don't think
you.
that that's true.
It is true.
So, I mean, so we got a ton of stuff to get to here. So we'll get into the sheet because we do have a lot of topics here. I guess first and foremost, we'll wrap up the DNC. Give a little wrap up on it.
Oh my
right, because
gosh.
we had the final couple of nights. Obviously Clinton spoke the night of our show last week, and then we had the great Kamala speech. It was wonderful, wasn't it? What did you think of
It
Kamala's
was the
speech?
most lackluster speech I've ever seen. She
I
talked
mean, we
about
really
the
don't
mother,
even-
the father,
Yeah.
but she didn't talk about anything of substance.
No.
And I have to say, the one thing that I really thought about is, does this woman have a conscience?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see really anything spiritual going on
From
there,
any
you
of them,
know?
though, not just her. From anybody
but
as a whole.
she's the one running for president.
Okay.
She's the one running for president. And I'm like,
Right.
does she have a conscience? She didn't talk about any kind of religious upbringing, any kind of belief that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, but she, I think, has a very dark spirit, Kamala.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And I'm here to expose it, honey.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
telling the truth
I
tonight.
don't think that there was any sort of touch base on God
I don't even know
or
if
the
they
family
mentioned
unit.
God.
They didn't
They
even talk
mentioned
about
Trump a lot.
Well, of
they
course.
sure mentioned Trump a lot.
What
'cause
was
you
the
know
number?
What they,
Didn't they cut it?
Hate.
Yeah.
That's what they run on. Hate. And I'm sorry, but if you're with God, you're
Yeah.
not just going to be talking about how you hate somebody all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to talk about love. What do you love? What do you want to make beautiful? What do you want to bring that's great?
Mm-hmm.
Besides copying whatever Trump's things are. Now
Copy
she's
and
for a
paste,
wall.
yeah,
Like,
for the
I
wall.
mean, it's just, they're the most hate-filled party. And it's so obvious and it's so disgusting and it really is so troublesome because I saw it back in 2020. I said they did not elect Joe Biden because they love him. They elected him because they just hate Trump so much.
Yeah.
And it shows the way they stabbed Joe Biden and they freaking sent him on the igloo, away somewhere.
They did. They pushed him away. They were like,
they
we're
just
done with you.
pushed him away. Now they're bringing in Kamala.
Yeah.
And like I said, don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. That's her.
That theme song.
You have no idea what she's for, what she's against. Just platitude bullshit.
Yeah,
and
I
a
mean,
lot of
it's tough. You're 100% right. You watched all their speeches and especially in Kamala, that there's no kind of sense of anything for God or for family or for the founding values of the country. It's all kind of just filled with just anger towards one person and just being like, fuck this guy. We have to defeat this guy because this guy is so awful.
We hate Trump. We're running on, we hate Trump.
Yeah.
That's what we're running on.
Yep.
And let me tell you something. If you look at what's been going on the past 3.5 years, you got to take a cold, hard look at your life and be honest and say, is this how I want the direction of the country to continue going? I don't know. But look, why don't we have some of the highlights? Why don't we show Oprah's wonderful speech? The highlight of Oprah's speech, because there was so much substance.
Oh,
going
the
on.
highlight of Oprah's speech.
Yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
there
this
was tons of substance there.
This was just like the DNC is telling on themselves because they have nothing to talk about.
Jermaine, what kind of love does Trump operate in? Sound ignorant as fuck.
No,
Jermaine
Trump
Williams.
Trump has a lot of love.
I
a
mean-
lot of love. Just ask Stormy Daniels.
Oh, geez, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, we can go there. Tons of love for Stormy.
Yeah, Trump has a lot. Trump loves this country. Trump,
He does.
I grew up, he
Took a
loved
bullet.
New York.
Took a bullet for this country.
Loves this country. And like RFK says, we have to learn how to love each. What is it? Hold on. I'm going to get the exact quote because I'm not
Hold
going to
on.
misquote RFK.
All right. Let the exact quote for Kennedy.
Yes.
It was, we need to learn how to love each other more than...
No, it's...
No, okay, hold on.
This is what he said.
All right, what did he say?
Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country and our children is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other. And that is a Democrat who his family built the new Democrat Party, because the Democrat Party used to be a terrible party. And it was the Kennedys that made the Democrat Party what it is today.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Oh, I think he moved away because they moved away from the values of the Kennedys.
No, I'm saying like what the Democrat Party, when they think about it, but he said clearly.
Yes, but he moved away from the Democrats because they moved away from his father and his uncle's values, and that's why he was like, I can't be a part of this party anymore because it's not what it's founded on. It's not the same foundation of democracy and truth. It's full of just BS, like big pharma, big tech, having these buyers.
You know what he said? I left the party in October because it had departed so dramatically from the core values that I grew up with. The Democrat Party has become the party of war, censorship, corruption, big pharma, big tech, the big Justice Department, and big money. That's the Democrat Party right now.
It's true. That's exactly what it is now.
Trump.
Yeah,
and I hate Trump. And all those things go into I hate Trump.
Right.
This isn't the same DNC party that we grew up with. So the Kennedys made the DNC party great.
Yeah.
And now it's a terrible party. I'm sorry. We're going to show evidence of the kind of person.
So let's talk. We're sticking with the DNC.
Right.
Let's go to Oprah's clip. And that's clip 4, Yabui. Shout out Yabui helping us out in the background. So we're going to go to clip 4 here. And this is Oprah talking about,
great speech
the people in the back.
Homeowners' race or religion. We just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady, well, we try to get that cat out too.
Childless cat lady. Shout out to childless cat lady who's highly offended. Went on Entertainment Tonight.
Really?
Was just a little upset. I mean, that was called it right out by the camera. And I always say too, especially with sports. And the camera person always knows who they're talking about. Always knows who they're talking about. When somebody makes a bad play in sports, that camera person will find you. And they'll put that shit right on your face and be like, we know you're the ass. Like, you were the problem. So for them to all of a sudden pan to the big lady sitting in the crowd all by herself,
Carlos,
that's kind of, they know who they're talking about it.
Looking at that crowd, though, there were a lot of childless cat ladies in that crowd. And let's be honest, with the abortions on wheels, that's how they want every woman to be. They want every woman to be childless and just have a cat.
Well, abortion on wheels, I mean, that is,
they literally had a bus on wheels going out, giving out free abortions. Don't tell me that's the party of love. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is fact.
And
they did have the abortion on wheels.
I don't think firemen ever go, what religion are you? Like, that was such BS by Oprah. But it's just like, listen, childless cat ladies, we embrace you. We love you. Right? Because God forbid they go and have a family. God forbid they have traditional values and maybe look forward to something in the future. They need childless cat ladies because if you have kids, that's going to motivate you to stop this crap. We have to love our children more than we hate each other. And we need to have a future for this country.
Well, that is true.
I'm fighting for the soul of this country.
That is true.
I don't want to elect a president because of hate. I want to elect a president because I want good things to happen in my country. And where we turn to God for our hope, not the government for our hope. And where we have freedom of speech. I'm sorry, but that's what we need in this country right now. Freedom of speech, not the bullshit censorship that's going on. And let me tell you, the Democrats are a bunch of snakes. Let's talk about Nancy Pelosi. Let's show Nancy Pelosi at the DNC.
All right, let's pan over to Nancy Pelosi, clip 3, the Pelosi clip on the values of the Democrats. Let's see it.
Discreet, reptilian, cold-blooded. These are the races we have to win.
That's the races that we need to win. That's the races that we need to win. RFK obviously,
she's a snake.
RFK obviously didn't learn anything from the Attorney General Kennedy. He's the only one that claims that he's chasing a cabinet position.
Well, you know what? We'll show you how Kamala was when she was Attorney General of California. Stay tuned.
Oh, all right.
We'll show Attorney General,
I mean,
and you'll see if that's who you want for your president, okay? Because I have the facts, not the censored bullshit that you watch on mainstream media. Okay? So here it is, Nancy Pelosi telling you right to your face that she's a snake. That's what
basically.
a reptilian is, right to your face. She's
Yeah.
like, we're reptilian. We're cold-blooded. Not, we're a party of love. We love this country so much.
Yeah.
We have the values that win. We really want to take this country in a great direction. No, we're reptilian. We're cold-blooded. That's the DNC. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
It's true. It's true. I mean, the DNC and the Democrat Party as a whole. I mean, I really thought that Kennedy put it perfectly. It's not the same party. It is completely transformed into something different, and that's the biggest problem. They don't. It seems it's very clear that their value system has completely morphed into something completely different than what it was designed to be.
Yeah.
Back when his father and his uncle were heads of state, it has completely transitioned into something different.
I mean, the problem is that this is the DNC, the party of war, the party of the big, the military-industrial
Always starting wars.
complex.
Yeah.
They use the government, the Justice Department, to go after people. I mean, come on, look at the new case that they just brought against Trump again.
The super case. Special counsel Jack Smith filed the superseding indictment against former President Trump on Tuesday in a bid to bolster one of the two criminal cases against the Republican nominee, following the Supreme Court's landmark presidential immunity decision last month.
Look, this is what RFK said in his speech. President Biden and his White House opened a portal and invited the CIA, the FBI, CISA, which is a censorship agency, the Center of Censorship Industrial Complex, the DHS, the IRS, and other agencies to censor me and other political dissidents on social media. And who backed him up with that? Who backed him up with that?
Talk about media censorship. Yeah.
Zuckerberg.
It's true.
So how
It's true.
could anybody defend that?
It's
We're
true.
supposed to be in a free country. Didn't you ever listen to Public Enemy? It's freedom of speech or freedom of death. You gotta fight the power.
Fight the power.
You don't want to be with people who are gonna control you and censor you.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's
man.
true.
That's not
No,
cool.
and
that's not cool.
that's 100%
I grew
truth.
up in a time where we were Generation X and we could talk.
No, it's 100, like that's 100% true. I mean, when you use mainstream media and a massive media company and you use it as a censorship tool, and let's be clear here. It wasn't, Trump. I know, evil Trump. It wasn't Trump who was censoring media. It was the Biden-Harris administration, and it clearly is outlined in Zuckerberg's letter that he sent. He sent a letter and confessed straight up. The Biden-Harris administration used Facebook as a tool for censorship against anybody who spoke out against COVID or disagreed with anything that basically the Biden administration wanted to push as their agenda.
You want
Just straight up.
How about election interference? Was saying that the Hunter Biden laptop story was a lie.
Yeah.
And you don't even care what's on that laptop, I'm sure. The hookers, the drugs, the money that was being laundered to Ukraine, Burisma.
It's
There's
true.
so much stuff on that laptop that
And
if
it's
people
buried.
would have known about
It's
it,
buried.
they buried everything.
But they bury
and
everything.
They said it was Russian disinformation.
They bury every story. They bury the story on, how about the fact that we still don't know what the hell happened with the Trump shooting? That the FBI says that there's no clear motive.
Was there an
There's not even an investigation. There's not even an investigation. You don't know anything about that
you
stuff.
would not even know that they literally tried to assassinate Donald Trump.
It's completely buried
threat.
off the news.
He's a threat to the deep state. You guys got to open your eyes. You got to open your eyes and see what is going on. They handpicked a candidate. They didn't even have an election. That's
No
the
primary, no
anti-democracy.
election, nothing. Did not give the American people an opportunity to choose how do you get behind something like that? Where if you're a Democrat, the whole point of the United States is you get to vote for something that, it's your God-given right in the as an American citizen that you get to vote for what you want. And as a Democrat, you had that right stripped from you. Completely stripped from you. You didn't even have a say. It's not like the DNC was like, we're going to figure out a way to hold a primary and allow you to decide who you want to replace Biden. Because all of a sudden, Biden was the guy, and then they served him up as a sacrificial lamb. And they were like, all right, we can't have Biden. Biden's incompetent. Biden was competent back in June. He was fine. Everybody was like, Biden's good. Biden's great. Barack Obama said everybody has bad debates. That's what he said. Word for word. Go look up the tweet. Barack Obama said everybody has bad debates.
Look at what Kamala said after the debate. She insisted that, you should see. He's
great. He's good to go.
He knows everything.
But all of a sudden, they flipped the switch and they were like, you know what? We're done with you. And 5 or 6 people got in a room and decided who your candidate's going to be. And that doesn't bother you? That you didn't get a say? of who your candidate is, that doesn't just make you a little uneasy? That maybe your vote really doesn't matter? That they're like, fuck you, who cares what you think? Like, I would be a little bothered.
I would too.
I would be a little bothered if in all seriousness, whether you're Trump or Biden, if Trump got killed. If Trump got killed that day, that bullet killed him, and the Republicans all of a sudden got in a room and decided who the nominee was going to be, that would bother me. That would be like, that's some BS. If Mitch McConnell from his wheelchair in Congress is deciding who my candidate's going to be, that would make me a little uncomfortable.
Listen,
so come on, let's go here.
The DNC doesn't care who they hurt to get what they want. And
Right.
they lie. And you know what? Let's have RFK in his own words say what brought him to this space, a lifelong Democrat, to open his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's clip 1.
Oh, clip 1, yes. Yep. In his speech here. Let's go to it here.
This is a spiritual journey for me. I reached my decision through deep prayer, through hard-nosed logic, and I asked myself, what choices must I make to maximize my chances to save America's children and restore national health? I felt that if I refused this opportunity, I would not be able to look myself in the mirror, knowing that I could have saved lives of countless children and reversed this country's chronic disease epidemic.
I mean, he goes into, and he's talking about, and you can see the emotion on his face too. That's where, when people talk, he's just chasing the cabinet, he's clearly upset because listen, RFK had no chance of winning.
They didn't even let him on the ballot.
Let's just be straight.
But no, they didn't give him a fair chance. They didn't even put him on the primary ballot, Carlos. He tried to run as a Democrat,
he had no chance.
Everything they could to screw
he
him.
tried to run it as a Democrat. Let's make that clear. He wanted to run as a Democrat, and they didn't want him to do it. Yes, I agree with that. But as an independent, he had no chance of winning, right? And that's just straight up. He had no chance. But he goes up on that stage, and he was holding out. He was holding out. Like, he really wanted to go and try to do this and get it done. And he was in court, and he was fighting to get himself on the ballots. He really wanted to run as an independent candidate. They were even talking, he was going to have Rogers. Rogers was going to quit the Jets, which he probably should have because Rogers sucks. But he was going to try to quit the Jets. He was going to be the vice presidential candidate. Kennedy really wanted to win. Like, it's just the truth. He really wanted to win. And he was very emotional and saying, like, listen, I want to go and I want to make a difference. I want to make the kids healthy. I want to go after, the poison in the food. He really wants to make a difference. And he knows that he can't do that alone. He has to bite the bullet and be like, listen, I got to just, admit my defeat, and I have to join with Trump.
People in this country have to learn how to work together.
Right.
We have to work together. Mm-hmm. We're not going to always have the same opinion, but we have to take the best ideas from each other to make this country great.
Right.
Not just hate on somebody because you don't agree with them on everything. That's not what makes this country great.
Yeah.
And for 19 years, RFK says in his speech that he prayed to God every day about how he could end the calamity of the poisoning that's going on in our food in this country.
Yeah,
I mean,
I have to say, that really struck me.
He really cares about this country.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so when you really care about something, it's just like in the Bible, right? They go to the King Solomon with the baby. The mother doesn't want her baby killed. She goes, just take the baby, right?
Yeah.
And RFK is like, I would rather endorse Trump and try to work together to make this country great than to ruin it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to ruin this country. He's not running on hate.
100%.
He wants to end the war in Ukraine. I mean, have we even heard about the war in Ukraine lately?
They don't even talk about it ever. They never talk about it.
They don't even want to tell us. And that's our money. That's our fault. We have to stop that. That's not right. I'm sorry. It is not right. And we should play the other clip from RFK.
All right, let's go to RFK's second clip here. It's clip 2.
RFK in his own words, listen.
Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country and our children is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other. That's why I launched my campaign.
Right there, in his own words, he mentions the word love. We have to love each other more. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of leader I want. I don't want to have to watch a convention and the first night 176 times is hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump. They didn't have a good message. It was just based on hate.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to vote on somebody basing it on hate.
Yeah.
I want to vote for somebody based on love of the country and moving us forward into the future.
I agree. No,
That's
100%.
what we have to be concentrating on.
And one thing I want to say too, right? Because a lot of people try to give the BS answer. Oh, Trump's filled with hate, Trump this, Trump that. And now the big thing is, oh, well, look at Project 2025.
A fake
project. Project 2025 is so bullshit. It really is. Project 2025, Trump has said multiple times that he has no relation to Project 2025. He didn't write it.
Even CNN.
He didn't. Yeah, CNN even said it. Exactly. CNN came out and was like, Trump has said multiple times, like, he has nothing to do with this. And he's right. He doesn't have anything to do with this. Trump is not Project 2025. But they try to feed you that bullshit on TikTok and on Twitter, or not even Twitter, not really, but TikTok, Instagram, CNN.
The whole convention.
Yeah,
the whole
I mean,
convention
they feed you the
even
BS.
CNN had to fact check it and say, listen, this is a lie. Because they couldn't even take it anymore.
Well, NBC still said that he's part of Project 2025
NBC
and
is
CBS.
The lost cause. What are you going to do about NBC?
Like,
They're a mess.
it's bullshit.
They're
it really
a mess.
pisses me off because they feed poor people like our friend Jermaine here. They feed you that poor, Trump hates you, Trump racist, Trump this, Trump that, Trump against women, and it's just completely not true. It's completely not true.
Let me ask you this, that it's a fact. How do you feel about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who was the border czar, losing 320,000 children?
Yeah.
320,000 migrant children are missing in this country that they have no idea where they are.
Yeah.
I can't live with that on my head. This is my country. I love our country. 320,000 children are missing?
Yeah.
That's with this woman in charge. How could anybody
That's
say,
her border.
let's put her in?
That's her border.
Also, maybe we'll hit 1 million children.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe she'll be in for another term and we could say 1 million children are missing now. Is that what you want? Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
We have the power to make the right decisions to stop this calamity. It's a calamity what's going on. But you know what? The mainstream media, they're in on it, just like Mark Zuckerberg was in on it. And he said it.
And straight
the
up.
media is in on it. That's why you don't know the real information.
Let's pull up the letter because I want to pull up the letter so people can see because it's not just I don't know if people out there have actually seen the letter of what Zuckerberg sent to Congress. So I want to pull it up, right? Because clearly in the letter he outlines it, and I'm actually going to pull it up too. I want to have it on my laptop so I can read it to you guys because it's really just straight up what he says right now. There's a lot of talk right now about the U.S. About how the U.S. government interacts with companies. Let's see. Hold on, I have it right here. I think it is. Let's see. And I apologize. My laptop is slow as shit.
It is.
I have a laptop from 2018. Let's see. All right, perfect. So there's a lot of talk right now about how the U.S. government interacts with companies like Meta. I want to be clear about our position. And he says our platform is for everyone. We're about promoting speech and helping people connect in a safe, secure way. As a part of this, we regularly hear from governments around the world and others with various concerns about public discourse and public safety. And then he goes into it here. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 information. Hold on. Got it right here. Let me pull it back up. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, Yabui. Pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. Ultimately, it was our decision whether or not to take the content down, and we own our decision, including the COVID-19 related changes we made to our entire enforcement in wake of this pressure. I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. And it's really interesting, I have to say, that he comes out now in 2024. This was back in 2021 in the height of COVID. And now he's saying, that we experienced all this pressure.
Yeah, because he's thinking, shit, Trump might win.
Yeah.
And they're going to come out and I'm going to be in trouble.
Right.
So let me just be forth right now or whatever. Listen, it's disgusting. But if your eyes were open, you could feel it in the force that things were being kept from you.
Yeah.
You could feel that you were being told lies.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you really could.
No, it's true.
It's just, to me, the DNC, They're so corrupt that they even had to lie about Beyonce making an appearance at the DNC. I mean, they even had to lie about that in order to get people to tune in and watch it.
I know. They thought they were getting a live concert at the United Center.
I know. Like, they were like, Beyonce's going to be here. Beyonce's going to be here. Like, they put out a lie.
I know.
Just to get people
That was
to watch.
unbelievable.
Like,
That was actually unbelievable.
you know? And then they're like,
pulled
oh,
that.
maybe even George W. Bush. I don't know why they like him all of a sudden. But
George Bush?
yeah, they even said, oh, he might make an appearance. Like,
Wow.
they
Well, that's because
lied.
Trump shit on Jeb so bad.
Yeah, he really did.
That he's like, I
But
gotta,
come
you know.
on. I mean, just look at what's right in front of you. Why did they have to lie about Beyonce going there? They lie about everything.
Mm.
About everything.
I'm a big fan of the Democrats. I just feel that the base of the Republicans / MAGA are racist. But you guys have great energy regardless of it. I agree with you. Whether I agree with what you're saying or not, you guys have an oppression show or podcast. Well, Jermaine, I appreciate that you're interacting with us because we love the interaction.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that you're here and you're interacting with us.
But I do want to say one thing,
All
Carlos.
right, go for
I
it.
want to say something that RFK said.
Okay.
That the DNC of the past, his
Mm-hmm.
father, they were able to put their love into the intentions and hearts of ordinary Americans
Mm-hmm.
and to unify a national populist movement of Americans. Blacks and whites, Hispanics, urban and rural Americans. They inspired affection, love, and high hopes, and a culture of kindness that continued to radiate among Americans from their memory.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that maybe that's what you think the DNC is, but that's the Republican Party now. That's RFK joined them, and Tulsi Gabbard is on board too.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard's
she is an
huge.
amazing American.
Also ran as a Democrat in
Lieutenant Colonel.
2020. Yeah,
a Lieutenant Colonel.
Yep.
Let me tell you, Tulsi Gabbard, so when you have two prominent Democrats leaving
Mm-hmm.
and joining Donald Trump, it's time to start seeing that maybe he's not the racist, xenophobe, homophobe that the mainstream media has been trying to make him into for all these years.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's play the Tulsi Gabbard clip with Kamala.
All right, yeah, let's go for it. So we're gonna this is a clip here. This is actually back in the 2020 debates for president. Tulsi Gabbard. I think it's clip 6. I believe it's clip 6.
Why they couldn't have Kamala?
Yeah,
in the
why they couldn't
primary.
have her. All right, so let's take a look here.
With
Tulsi
Senator
Gabbard.
Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate, you called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place. That impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
It's true. I mean, listen, nobody is better. I mean, if you look at Kamala's track record, in all honesty, especially, now saying that Trump's racist, more black people have been put away by Kamala Harris in the state of California for crap drug charges than Kamala. Kamala put away a ton of them.
But listen to how the question starts. The question starts with them saying, oh, you don't like that Kamala accused Joe Biden of being a racist.
Yeah.
Like, this woman is talk less, smile more, don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. Let that stay in your head. She's Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
She's a liar. Then she says running mate. Oh, Joe Biden, you're a racist. Oh, Joe Biden, I love you. I'll be your VP. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck? This lady is not a good person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I have
she's
the
full of
receipts.
shit. She's full of shit.
I have the receipts. I'm telling you, she's not a good person. And Tulsi Gabbard is an exceptional woman. She was a lieutenant colonel.
Yeah.
She loves this country, and she endorsed Trump too. So
Trump?
you have RFK, who loves the children of this country, and you have Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
Come on. And hopefully more people will be too.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a coincidence that Mark Zuckerberg was like, oh shit, let me tell the truth about how I've been censoring the information that's on the internet.
Right. I mean, I think that obviously, obviously Zuckerberg knows that there's a change coming.
Yeah.
There's a definite change coming in the media and coming to our country. And if Trump wins, let me tell you, I have to say, I don't think Trump is going to be as friendly as everybody else, as he was last time, trying to make friends with everybody.
You know what I
He's
think
going to
is-
be just like, listen, we're doing it my way, and you're either getting on board or you're getting the fuck out of here.
Well, I think he has some experience now. He was in
Right,
the private
exactly.
sector.
He was very
And
inexperienced,
now, you know,
yes.
he trusted a lot of people that he should not have trusted his first term. Plus, they derailed him with the whole Russian collusion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they really did not give him a fair chance to do what was best for this country. But
That's
I will
true.
tell you this. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I don't think that Trump is going to be fooled this time. I think that this time he's bringing in RFK, he's bringing in Tulsi Gabbard, he's bringing in people from the opposite side of the aisle to unite this country.
Right.
So it's not just one way of thinking. I mean, I'm serious. I really think that people have to just give Trump a chance and not just write him off as to what the mainstream media is trying to brainwash everybody into believing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree with you. 100%.
Well, listen, you know what I also would like to play?
Okay.
I would like to play, there was a story about Kamala when she was Attorney General of
Yes.
California, and I think it speaks for itself.
Okay, all right, yeah. So let's go to that clip. I think it's clip 5, and this is a story about somebody that Kamala tried to put to death, basically.
Yeah.
Wrongfully put to death and was put on death row. So let's go to this clip here now.
To no detective, no police officer, no DA, nobody.
Just arrested and then charged.
Arrested and charged, that's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the 2 most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, a celebration?
A celebration, that's what it felt like.
When you saw her on the day that the verdict was handed down, did you take that as a bad sign?
It felt to me that she was well aware about my case, and she was there to set her presence, almost take pride in getting a conviction.
I can't believe that they paid him all that money.
Well, because she withheld evidence.
Yeah.
And she kept a man behind bars. Like, this is the type of person. Because talk less, smile more. This woman has no conscience. I'm sorry, she does not have a conscience. And America needs to have a conscience. America's president needs to have a conscience. Okay? I'm sorry, that's the truth.
Well, I would agree with that. And just, you know, like you said, it's hard to figure out what exactly she even stands for. Like, there's no kind of basis. You can't figure out and pinpoint, okay, these are Kamala's values. This is what she wants to do. This is what she believes in. She is so wishy-washy, and she consistently flips all the time. And she's just so full of crap every time she talks. You can't figure it out. Now she's all for the border wall. She's like, the border wall is a great idea. We need to do that. Because she, you know, and a couple months ago, she was trying to even say that she wasn't in charge of the border. That she wasn't the border czar.
Yeah, she lied
and it
about
wasn't
that
my
too.
fault. Like, she just can't get her story straight.
She lies, and she lost 320,000 children, okay?
Yeah.
But I want to say something about that video that we saw. I don't know if you noticed in the background, it said, blessed are the peacemakers. Since Joe Biden became president, we have been at war with Russia through Ukraine. Because, of course, NATO needed to go right to Russia's doorstep, okay? And really force them into a war. And it started, I think, like in 2017.
Yeah, because it
This didn't just happen.
It wasn't, you know, bad enough that we have it on Poland.
We have a treaty
At
with
the
them,
doorstep.
and we went against that treaty by trying to turn Ukraine into a NATO country. So, of course, now we have this huge war. Everybody had the little thing on their face. Oh, I stand with Ukraine. Nobody even cares about Ukraine anymore. Those people are still dying, okay?
It's true.
That is the
Nobody
Biden-
gives a crap.
Yeah, like that was so 2022.
it's the
Nobody
truth.
cares about
Nobody
Ukraine
cares.
anymore, right? Nobody
Yeah.
has it on their Facebook profile picture. But I will say, blessed are the peacemakers. And I have to tell you, if Donald Trump was president, I do not believe that all those people would be dying right now. Because when he was president, we were not in wars.
There was no war.
And that has to count for something.
We
okay?
we obliterated ISIS in 100 days, and that was it.
Listen, you have to try to approach things diplomatically. We have people dying all over the world, and it's on us. It's on our country. Blessed are the peacemakers. So if we're having wars everywhere, what is that going to make our country blessed?
Yeah.
Or are we going to continue to have problems in this country and have things that are going on that are not good?
I have to say, the more I think about it, and I think about this quite often, right? Because the whole purpose of NATO and its originality was, the North, it was designed basically to kind of keep a stranglehold on the Soviet Union, back in World War II and the post-World War II era. The Soviet Union is gone. The Soviet Union is no longer there. What does NATO exactly do other than, kind of take a shit on Russia's doorstep? Nowadays,
NATO,
why do we still have this organization?
Carlos,
I don't really get what exactly they do now.
I know that you're young, but in the 90s, NATO even went after Serbia. Okay?
Yeah.
NATO is the military-industrial complex.
Right.
I'm sorry to say.
And
there's a lot of money in wars.
There's a lot of money in war.
People have to start to wake up. I don't want our young people going to war and dying over this Russia-Ukraine incident. It's not, blessed are the peacemakers. We need to stop the bleeding now. We need to stop letting young children come in this country and disappear. We need to stop the foreign wars. We need to stop being poisoned by the pharmaceutical companies. I'm sorry, but there's so many things that are bad right now, and we need to open our eyes and see it. And I brought the receipts of the kind of person that Kamala Harris is. She's not a good person, and I'm sure if I dug deep, I could bring a new clip every week. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm telling you, I grew up with Donald Trump. The man is a builder. He wants to make America rich.
He does.
He wants to make America great. And
energy independent for the first time in years.
Energy
independent.
Not like my friend crying because,
Because you have to pay so much for your energy bill.
Because now her electric bill skyrocketed in Connecticut.
Yeah.
It just skyrocketed. It's disgusting.
Jermaine
it's really
goes,
disgusting.
if RFK was the Democratic nominee instead of Kamala, would you vote for him over Trump? I would not. I would not vote for him over Trump.
Well, I have to be honest with you.
I would go and I would continue to vote for Trump. I think that Trump's economic policies and his focus on everybody, having economic success and putting America's values first and foremost, which granted RFK had very similar views, but I think his economic plan, I'm hopping right back on that train. I'm sick of being poor. I'm sick of $4 for gas. I'm sick of $10 for a gallon of milk. I'm done with that. I'm ready to have money again. As a young person, I want to be able to save money and have an opportunity to go and buy a house in the future. Well, that's what concerns me. If I have to keep eating McDonald's, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I know, we want to focus on the health and everything and the health of the kids. But listen, my biggest concern is not McDonald's. It's not. My biggest concern is am I going to be able to buy a house? I get married in a couple of years and then I go to buy a house and I can't afford it. That's my concern. So point me in the direction where that's going to be able to take place.
Well, I will say, like a very wise coworker of mine said, Jerome, he said, health is wealth. And I have to say,
come on.
I do think that health is important, and I have to be honest with you.
Health is important, but green cash is wealth.
All right, well,
green cash is wealth.
Well, I have to say, when I was listening to RFK, I was thinking about supporting him. There's some things, though, that I don't agree with. And, his stance with Israel and the whole Palestine thing, I don't understand that whole thing. I don't want to be in wars, really. I just don't want to be in wars. So, but I have to say, one thing about Donald Trump is when they tried to kill him, I'm like, that's who we need to be president, because the man just took a bullet for this country and is still out there fighting because he loves this country so much.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot of people who would do that. So that gave me a lot of respect.
Would he take like 2 days off
and
then hopped right back on the train?
But he took a bullet for this country because he loves this country so much, because he wants it to be great for his grandchildren.
Yeah.
He wants it to be a good country, and that means they're scared of him. These evil people are scared of him that they tried to kill him. So for me, that's enough.
Scott goes, it was the Bear story. Yeah, the Bear story is tough. It's tough. It's tough to vote for a candidate like that when he's running over bears and dumping in Central Park. When that story came out, that's a tough story to get behind.
Well, I want to read this. The phrase that has troubled liberals who think that Make America Great Again is a return to America before civil rights, gay rights, and women's rights is not true. RFK has a more generous interpretation, one that is truer to my experience of Donald Trump as he is today. Make America Great recalls a nation brimming with vitality, with a can-do spirit, with hope, and a belief in itself. It was an America that was beginning to confront its darker shadows, could acknowledge the injustice in its past, and present yet at the same time could celebrate its successes. You know, where you could still be successful and not be put down in this country.
Right.
It was a nation of broad prosperity, the world's most vibrant middle class, and an idealistic belief in freedom, justice, and democracy. It was a nation that led the world in innovation, productivity, and technology. And it's the healthiest country in the world. I have talked to many Trump supporters. I have talked with his inner circles. I have talked to the man himself. And this is the America that he wants to restore. So this is somebody who is telling you, not through NBC, not through ABC, not through all the propaganda in the media, what his personal experience is. And let me tell you, RFK, he's taking his bullets too, because the people in the DNC hate him right now.
Including his own family.
They even got rid of the Secret Service.
Yeah.
He endorsed Trump, and they're like, we're getting rid of the Secret Service.
Yeah, we're taking your guys away.
I mean, honestly.
It was unbelievable. They're gonna kill him off.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, they're gonna kill him off. It's gonna be like that scene in SpongeBob. How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Like that's what's gonna be for the poor Kennedy. He's just gonna get knocked off.
And he says he's 17. He only has 10 years left. 10 good years left.
Yeah, 10 good years. He did say that.
Like, that man wants to serve the country. And Trump is going to have him in the cabinet. And I say, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, these are the leaders that I want. I know you can't seriously see the kind of person Kamala is and be like, oh, no, she's a much better person for president.
Yeah. Can't be a front man and have that bear story. He's a good team player. Yeah, there you go. I agree. He's a good team guy.
Wait a minute. The Central Park Five. I grew up in New York. I know all about the Central Park Five. That was complete propaganda. He wrote a letter to the newspaper. He didn't try them. He wasn't the prosecutor. He wasn't the attorney general.
Yeah.
He wrote a letter to the newspaper about getting the death penalty. Okay, whatever you think of it, but he wrote a letter to the newspaper. He was not the attorney general. You cannot compare Kamala Harris keeping a person in prison and withholding evidence to Trump writing a letter to the newspaper. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
It's tough to compare the two. And listen, I get what you're saying, Jermaine. It is tough, right? Because you could have differences on both sides, and I get it. I mean, being a Republican, nobody hates the deep state GOP, the Mitch McConnells, like the old school guys. Like, I hate those guys. I get it. But the one thing that attracted me to Trump was that he's not a career politician. He's not somebody that's been bought off by the deep state and bought off by all these bureaucrats. He's his own man. He used his own money to put his campaign together. That wasn't a bunch of donors and a bunch of big companies paying him off, telling him what to do. He's his own man. So, and I trust that more than somebody who I don't even know where their opinions come from. I don't even know where their stances come from that could flip on a dime like that. I believe that you could trust somebody that's his own man, that has his own set of values, that has, fought for what he believes in, truth, and from start to finish, to just come down the escalator through, even in his early business career. I trust him.
Well, actions speak louder than words. Who signed the First Step Act in December of 2018? Who signed the First Step Act that got a lot of people out of prison that Kamala had put in for selling marijuana?
Yeah.
That would be Donald Trump. Actions speak louder than words, okay? So you can write a letter to a newspaper with an opinion, but when he actually had power, real power, he signed the First Step Act and got a lot of people out of jail.
He did.
And you got to give him credit for that.
Kim Kardashian sitting down with him. Yeah. And having that meeting and taking steps.
You have to look at what people do.
God takes a meeting with everybody.
Say. But Kamala, she doesn't even say anything.
Yeah.
Talk less, smile more.
I'm unsure, since he said that we won't have to vote again. What do you say about that? I'm curious. Angela, what are you referring to? Trump saying that you will never have to vote again? Are you one of the Trump is going to become a dictator, like Kim Jong-un style?
He's not going to be a dictator.
Like I think he's made it pretty clear. I don't have a fear that Trump is going to become full dictatorship.
No, he's not going to be a dictator.
Like that's I wouldn't believe anything like that. He's if he wanted to do that. I mean, I'm sure he would have tried to do it already, but it's that I wouldn't have a worry that, Trump is going to become a dictator of the country and change everything like that. Trump believes in democracy.
Yeah, he totally does.
He believes in democracy.
And that's why he's bringing on RFK, and you think Tulsi Gabbard...
I would honestly be a little worried, Angela, to be honest with you. I'd be a little worried about the Democrats doing something like that since they didn't even let you choose your candidate.
Absolutely. That's such a good point.
I would be a little worried. I'd be like, okay, Trump's saying, oh, we're never going to have to vote again, but the Democrats didn't even let us choose who we wanted to be our Democratic nominee.
Well, I think Trump meant
that would be a little worrisome.
Let me
say,
I think what Trump meant by that was he becomes president, he's going to clean up the voter registrations, and it's not going to be so urgent. Like right now, he needs every vote because he needs it to be too big to rig. So what he's saying is I know normally you may not go out and vote, but this time I need you to vote. But once he gets into office, we're going to start to have free, fair elections again. And then if you want to stay home, it's not going to be such a big deal. But right now it's a big deal. We need so many votes, so it's too big to rig. That's what he meant by that.
Okay, here we go. Scott gave a little clarification too. Christians don't go vote en masse. So Trump said, vote this time, and then you can go back to your normal stay on the sidelines behavior. Okay, so I see. Oh, I thought that she was chosen last week during the DNC. Yes, she accepted the nomination at the DNC. However, there was no Democrat primary where people go out and vote who they would like to have the Democrat nominee be. She actually just accepted the nomination from, somebody in a room of 5 or 6 people, heads of state of the Democrat Party kind of chose and said, you're going to be the nominee. In the Republican side of things, they had debates, they had votes. States would go and vote who they wanted their nominee to be, and then we voted Trump. But in the Democrat case, it was Kamala who was just kind of selected in a room full of 5 or 6 people.
It was a sham primary
to
prevent anybody from running against President Biden.
Yeah.
And then they knew President Biden wasn't up for the job, but they had a sham primary, right? And then they said, okay, let's have a debate early. We could expose him, and then we'll bring in somebody else.
Right.
So that's an end to democracy.
Debate against Trump.
When your party can't even vote for what candidate they like best.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what's going on there.
100%. No, so I mean, listen, I appreciate you coming and trying to get some clarification on that, but that's honestly, I would be more concerned with a party who decides who my candidate's going to be for me rather than allow me to listen to them, have debates, and then go and vote. That would be more my concern. But I mean, listen, so we've hammered down, a lot of what we wanted to talk about. We touched base on RFK, we touched base on the DNC. In more light, more upbeat type of news.
Because I love Pensacola.
Yes.
And we have a segment where we talk about something great in Pensacola.
We do. We like to highlight businesses, highlight things going on.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this Facebook page. What's happening, Pensacola?
Yes.
So in
great
Pensacola,
page.
they're always asking questions, but a very popular question is always, where's the best place to get a mani-pedi? It comes up all the time. Where's the place to get a mani-pedi? Where's the place to get a mani-pedi?
The ladies love having their nails done.
Yes.
They love being proper here, getting the nails done, looking pretty.
So I'm a little technologically challenged, but I tried to answer that question.
You did a great job, Coach. You did a great job. So you, Bowie, let's go to that video. We did a wonderful, or Coach did a wonderful little piece, very, very, very well done, on East Hill Nail Spa. Shout out East Hill Nail Spa. That's who we're highlighting today on East Cervantes Street. So let's go to that clip. That's clip 8.
One of the most popular questions on What's Happening Pensacola is, what is the best place to get a mani-pedi? Here it is, East Hill Nail Spa. Right on Cervantes, next to Running Wild. East Hill Nail Spa is so clean and beautiful. You would love it. Look at the beautiful, relaxing chair that you can get a massage. East Hill Nail Spa has
lots of colors to select. I love that. Lots of colors. They're good. Good colors. That's my favorite part of the whole video. Lots of colors, good colors to choose from. I love that.
And you know what? I should have showed where they did the manicures too, but I didn't realize because I had to keep stopping, going, and it was multiple videos.
It was very CIA-esque, that video. You were very secretive. And look at these colors that you could see here.
Well, I'm very demure when I give them.
I'm very demure. Very demure. I can't believe you just said that word on the show.
Like
that
other,
was just
like other women at the nail salon.
Unbelievable
I'm very
word.
demure when I give a review at the nail salon.
Gabe goes sponsored? Question mark. No, we'll see.
Listen,
little love. We're giving a little love.
We're just giving information to the people we love.
Information to the people.
This is a great city. So
exactly. Lots of great things going on here.
You can go chill, get a good mani-pedi. That's the best place.
Yeah.
Look,
Ken says now I want to do my nails. Well, see? Ken's, you're coming in a couple weeks to go to East Hill Nail Spa.
Check out that French manicure.
Yeah, look at the show the camera one more time. Look at that.
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Looking great. Well, you got to look great. You're going to see the king of home runs in Judge.
Yeah, this weekend I'm hoping to see Aaron Judge.
Yes,
so
well, Aaron Judge right now is on pace. He's going to break the AL home run record. He's currently, I don't know if he's hit one yet tonight. I know they're playing right now, but he's currently sitting at 53 home runs. He needs 10 more with about 28 games left to play right now. And listen, the Yankees look good. The pitching is kind of iffy, but the Yankees look really good. Number 1 in the league right now, feeling it. This could be a special year. I don't know.
Well,
I'm feeling good.
I'm
feeling good about the Yankees. I don't know. I know Dad is pessimistic on the Yankees and he won't watch baseball for some reason. But I feel good. I'm feeling good about the Yanks. I like how they're looking right now. Things are starting to move a little bit. Glaber's starting to get his hitting back. So let's see what happens. I'm excited about the Yankees.
So I want to say it was very exciting having such a great chat room today.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. And I love debate. And I love being able to talk and have different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to silence anybody. I love to talk and work things out and get to the bottom of things. Like, that's what makes America great.
Absolutely. 100%. I couldn't agree with you more. And I know we've been talking about this, but we want to start taking calls.
Yes, we are going to start taking calls.
We're going to start taking calls with you guys. If you guys want to call into the show, we'll get the number out to you. We'll start taking calls. We'll start having a little bit of conversation going back and forth. I think it would be great because we loved hearing your opinions. We loved having our guy, about that, Jermaine. We loved having Jermaine in the chat today. We loved having Angela. You guys have been so great in chat today, talking to us and interacting with us. We really appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why we do this. So we really love you guys, and we appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. Because you guys are the best. Scott says it's football season. It is football season, but it's also Yankees postseason baseball. Like, come on, let's go. Let's get hype. We're gonna be good. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. But Coach, is there anything else that you want to touch on before we wrap up here?
No, I just want to say, like, I just love this country so much, and I feel like it's my responsibility because I feel things. I have a lot of discernment and I feel things.
Yeah.
And I knew back years ago that the media was lying to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, the media is lying. This isn't true. And people used to, say that I was a conspiracy theorist. When Mark Zuckerberg came out and like pretty much said everything that I had been saying years ago was true, it's like, I really want Americans to start waking up because they can only continue to have power if we keep fighting with each other.
I agree.
And we can't fight
100%.
with each other. We have to love each other, and we need to put it in Jesus' hands. Because I'm telling you right now, we need to put our faith in God. And I have to tell you, when I was watching the DNC, I did not see anything that showed anything with good conscience, that showed that they're looking to God. It looks like they're looking to the government for everything. And that frightens me because, man proposes, God disposes, honey.
Yeah.
So let's put God number 1 in America. Let's make America great again by putting Jesus number 1 in this country.
Put your faith.
Yep.
Get back on the faith train.
Yes. Go to church. Pray.
Yeah.
Pray every day like your life depends on it. And I'm telling you, the more you pray, the more discernment, and you will feel things in your spirit. I'm telling you. Because in the Northeast, they close those churches on purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose. And those people are really suffering right now.
No,
really
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Corey Reddington, no talk on FSU football. No, we did touch base.
At the beginning of the show.
We did touch base on FSU football, and I expressed my concerns about the quarterback situation. But
we're gonna do a live video from there. Yes, we're going to the game on Monday.
Yep, Monday.
So
we're gonna be boots on the
back.
ground in Tallahassee for week 1 of college football. Boots on the ground in Tallahassee at Doak. So look for us. Hopefully we get out to you guys and catch you on interviews and get hype and excited because we are very excited to do a little boots on the ground action in Tallahassee. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm very excited to do that. Joe Burrow is my football season. Ken's, I'll remember that. I appreciate you letting me know that all you care about is Joe Burrow. So cool. That's so glad you're coming down. Mm-hmm. But so that's pretty much it, Coach. You feel good?
I feel great. So I just want you to, when you go to bed tonight.
Yes.
And I want you to think, talk less, smile more. Don't let them know what you're against and what you're for. And really maybe rewatch Hamilton and just watch Aaron Burr and say, wow, somebody with no integrity. Just think about it.
Yeah. No, I think you put it like as
That's a theme
perfectly as you
song.
could put it. Aaron Burr is a perfect comparison. A perfect comparison. Coach, you're on your A game. I love it. But guys, thank you guys so much again for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. You guys are the best. We appreciate you in the chat. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next week. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Thanks so much. See you next
Bye,
week.
guys. See you
And
next week.
Make sure, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to the YouTube
And tell
channel.
your friends.
Follow on Facebook. Share. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us everywhere you can think of. You'll find our page. We love you guys. Get us out there. And we appreciate you. See you guys next week.